Hi, how you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
So first, what's your name and how do you spell it?
My name is Tylee McCrary, Tyleemccrary.
And where are you from?
I was born in Okmulgee, but
Really?
yeah, I've been here for about 13 years. Moved up here in 2000.
I have a couple of friends in Okmulgee.
Really?
Yeah, and like they have this weird plot of land that basically looks like a ghost land. It looks haunted.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And from what I've seen, Okmulgee's not that big of a town, is it?
It is. It's spaced out. It's a lot of land. There's only like 12,000 people.
Yeah, because I thought we had to drive like 5 miles just to get to the nearest civilization.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about 40 square miles, but there's not too many people there.
So why do you move from Okmulgee to?
There's a kind of it's not an old wives' tale, but it's a saying in Okmulgee that if you don't leave, you'll be here forever. But that's kind of true about anything, but more so in Okmulgee. If you don't want to leave, if you don't leave, you'll be there forever. You'll be stuck there. So I ended up getting a job in Nashville for about 4 or 5 months, and I used the money for that to move up here to Tulsa. As I got older, the people I was hanging around with were staying the same, and I felt myself growing a bit. So when I go to a bigger city, if I felt that I was getting bigger, so just for something different. Besides, you've been to Okmulgee, so you know how small and uneventful it is. So I wanted a bit more, wanted a little more.
So what are you studying in TCC?
I'm just getting my general education together. I'm planning on being a teacher. So after I get my courses here, I'm going to go to NSU for a while and pursue a degree in education to go back to Okmulgee to be a teacher/coach.
Well, what kind of teacher do you want to be?
Algebra, geometry, math, yeah, from maybe middle school up, at the very least middle school and on up.
Oh yeah, middle school sucks.
Yeah, tell me about it. As much as I love kids, I don't have any, but as much as I love kids, I don't think I'd have the patience for a class of kids. I just want the kids to be able to be ready to learn, not have to teach them. So
Last year, we had a new teacher at Tulsa Technology Center.
oh yeah.
And basically, he was an editor for Fox 23.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he is. He just gets the night shift.
Okay.
So basically, he sleeps like most of the day. Goes to work at like 11.
Oh.
Stays there like till 4, and then goes to TTC like at 6 or 7 or 8 in the morning.
Wow.
His entire day. And like the thing was that he's more than an editor and less of a teacher.
Okay.
And
Okay.
like his class was like 6 people. And we have a huge classroom, like at least as big as this room, with 6 people.
Wow.
And basically, my teacher, which was in my class, a second year class, basically left him notes, but he didn't feel comfortable following her notes.
Okay.
And basically what he ended up doing is he became friends with the students. So when it came time for the finals and like big projects, they didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you got to walk that line between being congenial with the students and I guess not friending them.
I think there's got to be a good balance between being strict and being lenient.
Yeah, there's a balance, and a lot of people can't walk that line. So, but I got all my rest of my school time to work on that. And again, that's why I want to work with older kids, at least 12, 13 and up, so I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff with them. I can just impose my will, just per se, and have it my way. But we'll see how it goes.
So what made you become a teacher? One
my freshman year, if I had a story, was that I was homeschooled for 3 years in middle school, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. After that, I went back into Okmulgee High School, into the public school, and had a drama teacher, speech, drama, debate, all that, and I ended up being in debate all 4 years, and he was the senior year English teacher, so I had him twice the senior year, and it was him. It was him. I wanted, if I can say his name, it's Craig Bridges, but his demeanor and everything else, I just adopted it, and it was then that I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. He worked for 25 years and retired at 52, so he had been doing this right out of school. After he graduated, he went to to OU for 4 years, right out of there into Okmulgee High for 25 years, and he's already retired. So I'm getting a late start. I'm already 36, but it was him. Mr. Bridges just put me on that path. I knew that if I did pursue a higher education that I'm doing now, that'd be what I wanted to do. It was a lock. Now, he teaches English, and I love mathematics, so I teach math, but as far as what I wanted to do, it was him that got me on the road to teaching.
So what do you hope that you could give to your future students?
I tell everyone this. I've taken a couple semesters here at TCC back in 2009, and my wife is graduated from here and NSU. But throughout it all, I've helped her daughter, countless other people with math, and I tell them all that if you have a command of the numbers and can work with them, you'll never be cheated out of anything. You'll know how much money you're supposed to get on your paycheck. You'll know how much you're supposed to get out of someone else or what is expected of you. The command of numbers and the command of the English language would get you anything you want in the world. So if you want something, you'll have to work for it, but maybe more so than I learned grammar and English and all that, you've got to know numbers. You've got to know the numbers. You got to know how to use them and how to manipulate them and work with them. So what happened to me when I got out of homeschool into high school, I was in my algebra class, and apparently my mom didn't know math from a hole in the wall because I was sent to the board to do something, and it was so wrong that the entire class laughed on my way back. And it was at that moment that I knew I've got to get a command of mathematics and algebra and all that. So ever since then, I've tried to show everybody the way. I actually have a wall on my a fireplace with the wall above it that's white and paneled. So got a whole bunch of dry erase markers, and I try to teach everyone math whenever I can. Helping them with their classes or our classes are online, so I'd be able to help her with the computer and the television and that board. It's kind of sad though, because my wife still kind of doesn't know math, and I feel I'm not helping her, but that's because she doesn't want to know math. She does social work, so I want everyone, and the only way I can do that would be to teach. I may not be able to teach those children's parents about that. Hopefully they have already, but from when I start teaching on, I want everyone that crosses me to be able to command the numbers. And everything involves math in some way, if it's a little or it's a lot. So even being an English teacher, so you got to know the numbers first. That's important to me, and I want to make it important to everyone else.
So as you probably know, there's always one kid that refuses to do what a teacher says in every class. Have you already thought of that, or had to counter that one student? Back to my wife, I love her to death. She's always keeping me a step ahead, and we've already talked about that to a certain degree. Just knowing that since I've been in school before, and and all that, I know there's going to be a bad apple, maybe more. hopefully being 6.5 feet tall and 350 pounds will kind of stifle some of that. But yeah, the class clown, you know, there's ways of working with them. You know, you call them out, you embarrass them, you try. Well, there's a lot of different avenues to work with. I don't know which one I'll try. I guess it depends on his severity and how much he wants to take it. You know, if he wants to come around, that's fine. If he wants to stay a clown, then some measure will have to be taken. But I don't know. I'll let them play their hand first, and then I'll judge accordingly. But I believe my presence should quell anything like that. Hopefully, I shouldn't have to do more than maybe raise the voice or something, and that should get them all in line. Be interested to see what happens, though. And I am excited to see what would happen, but hopefully that won't be too much of an issue.
So you want to become a math teacher. What are you doing in broadcasting?
Oh, yeah. Well, I had gotten fired. I had no intention of going to school. I had worked at Walmart for well over 4 years. I was starting my 5th year, and I had gotten fired. And that was a Friday. The next Monday, wife ran about me, why don't you go back to school so you can try to be the teacher you want to be? And she had, well, I went in and talked to counselors and all that. They had the list, and ran through countless classes and saw the intro to journalism. Backstory, I had wanted to be a DJ. If teaching didn't work out at all, I wanted to be a DJ, and I figured I could do that. And beyond that, you know, the whole sportscaster, you know, ESPN sports and news thing, I'd be interested in that too. So it was half fallback in case something happened with me teaching, and almost half I might want to do this. So we'll see how that goes. I would want to teach first. I would want to teach first, but if I could parlay DJ thing. I like Mr. Taylor, you know, he does our internet radio and all that. I could find time for that. Right now I'd be teaching. If I could parlay this into something maybe quicker, as you know, time isn't on my side at 36. Maybe parlay this into something quicker than teaching, I might do that. But short answer is it was a fallback, and I had the interest in it before too, so should something go awry with the whole teaching thing, I'd have something else I could be able to follow.
Well, journalism is always fun.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, you get to go to way different places, but you know you do have to get into awkward situations.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine the interviews and things like that.
Especially if, like, it's your first time doing that, and you're not comfortable. It's
I can imagine.
an experience.
I can imagine. But that would be exciting for me. The nervousness, the jitters that we get before we did our stand-up and all these things, I thrive off that. I want to toot my own horn here, but I love being like that. Speaking in public, I have no problem with that. Behind the camera, any of that, I have no problem with it. So that was another part of it. I had some experience speaking publicly and doing other things, so hopefully I could have managed an A out of it. So, you know, this is an easy enough class for me to do. So I had the experience in it, and I wouldn't mind pursuing it further should something happen with the education part of it.
Other questions?
You are? Well, yeah, anything else? That's fine.